So after doing all of this research, asking for the implications for practice, I came up with a handful of ones that, thinking for myself as, I hope to be a licensed clinician for social work in the future, and even just having my MSW, these are things that I would want to include in, my own form of um, the different services that I'd be able to provide. So, the implications for practice include an equality friendly environment, competency, supervision, staying with the client, and having awareness. So, just bringing it to my internship, I think it's extremely important to be able to have that equality friendly environment, whether that's posting an equality flag on a wall or just having a diverse population of clinicians there as well in order to allow them to feel like, they are accepted, they do belong. This is a agency that I can feel comfortable coming to and getting my services from. Then it moves to competency, which I've talked about in previous slides, of just being aware and having that insight of, individuals within this population are going to have different needs and have different experiences than individual clients that are going to be a part of the heterosexual community. Then I moved to supervision. Although, different professionals are either, honestly, I believe everyone should have continued supervision. And so, specifically for this internship, the supervision that I've been able to receive has truly been able to help me to work with this population and the clients that are a part of this community. Being able to ask my questions and develop more competency for being able to work with the there and now issues that they're facing, whether that's basic needs or different mental health diagnoses, all in also affect to their gender and their identity. So having that continued supervision, whether it's with a supervisor or if you are getting licensed or just at your agency, of being able to communicate and always being accessible and available to learning more about this population and how you can fully work with them. Then moving forward, I think it's extremely important to be able to stay with the client. I say this because there's a lot of times that working with this population, you're going to maybe make assumptions on what they're there for. Maybe coming up with ideas on what their core issues are, and seeing if that's affiliated to how they identify themselves. And not always are they there because of how they identify themselves. Not all their core issues are going to stem from being a part of this community. And I think it's really important to just be able to stay with that client, stay centered with where they are, be able to work on where they are at and what they're there to work on, whether that's a part of how they identify themselves or not. And then, of course, just going back to having that awareness. Almost having that hyper awareness of listening to them and being able to identify, they said this about their sexual identity, and this is an important component for this next thing that they're transitioning into in the topic or in the session of just where their needs are and what they're trying to receive services for.